Hello folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to our Tour de France 2021 playthrough with the Ineos Grenadiers. Today it is time for stage number 7 of the tour, following 2 stages in yesterday's episode that were quite interesting. It wasn't yesterday actually, it was Sunday, but oh well, I recorded it yesterday, so let's just say it was yesterday. But yeah, 2 interesting stages. We started off with the time trial, which we didn't do too badly in. We controlled Rohan Dennis. The big surprise in that one was that Bernal fell so far back, and of course the likes of Roglic and all the rest of it were quite a way up. But in stage number 6, it was a little bit of redemption. We managed to finish 7th in the stage with Adam Yates. So after all that, the general classification looks a little bit like this. We've got 4 guys in the top 10, 6 of our guys in the top 13, and all of our guys in the top 24. So we've got a really well-rounded team. Of course, looking for Bernal to target that yellow jersey. We've got a bit of a hilly stage today, so finally the best climber classification really starts to kick off. The points classification, we've got both Yates and Kwiatkowski all in there, but Van der Poel is starting to develop a little bit of a lead. But the advantage we have got is that the likes of Yates and Kwiatkowski are both good in the mountains, and obviously there are a lot of points available in the mountains. Whether Van der Poel can keep up with that remains to be seen. But stage number 7 today, by no means a mountain stage, but it is a hilly stage and the first of its type in this year's tour. It's been a little bit of a slow start. 6 fairly flat stages, obviously, with the exception of the time trial in stage number 5. As you can see, you know, 2 third-class climbs and a second-class climbs. I don't think it's going to be really a peloton one today, which changed things up a little bit. I could be completely wrong, but a few more climbs than normal. Crucially, no climbs before that first feed, so we're going to have to do all the free climbs onto that one feed. It's going to take a lot of management. It's a longer stage today. Just got to keep our focus, and hopefully it should be a good day for us. So I'm looking forward to this one very much. So I hope you guys are looking forward to it too. Over the next week we'll have this, obviously this comes out on Tuesday night. Then stage number 8, the first mountain stage on Thursday, followed by the second mountain stage on Saturday. Obviously then we have the rest day in game, but we will have a video the day after on a Sunday. We're going to squeeze a 4th video in there as well. And on Sunday we'll have stage number 10 and stage number 11. But without any further ado, let's get into the Vierzon and Le Creusot. Terrible French, even though I got an A at GCSE, but oh well. But yeah, let's get into the stage. So it would be wise not to do anything reckless today. We've got 2 mountain stages to follow this, so we don't want to do anything too stupid. However, we are going to send Tao Geoghegan in the early breakaway. I was thinking potentially we send Geraint Thomas in that early breakaway, but Geraint Thomas, as you can see, is in quite poor condition before this, as well as Denis Castroviejo and Ganna. And even though they are in that poor condition, those are going to be the 3 guys chosen to protect our 3 leaders. Those being Yates, Kwiatkowski and Bernal. But Geoghegan is probably 4th in the list, and Geoghegan, really by rule of elimination, to be quite honest, is in decent condition. So I thought we'll go in the early breakaway with Tao Geoghegan. I can't see there being a particular breakaway win in terms of the early breakaway. What I do mean is I think there's going to be no sprint finish. I think that it's going to all be decided on that penultimate climb, and hopefully that's something that Bernal can benefit from, just trying to push our way through this early group and then get going for the breakaway. Unfortunately we can't get through. That's the rather annoying thing about this, that we have to be a bit better placed for that. But looks like we're going to be able to get going round about now, if we can push our way through. Please, out the way, thank you. I think we've lost the chance to go for it too much, really. But there you go. We'll go for it nevertheless with Geoghegan, one of the best mountain riders. He did win one of the events, which its name completely escapes me earlier on in the year. But he did win one of the big events in the real-life tour. Again, its name has just completely escaped me. So a few guys joining that breakaway. I don't think there's anybody special in here particularly, which is no surprise. Geoghegan by far the furthest up on the general classification. But as I say, it's a long stage today. I don't think there's going to be much action in this first half. But, yeah, we'll see how we go. Yeah, alright. Calm it down, Jane. See what I did there? No. Never mind. But, yeah, probably see you guys for the first sprint, unless anything interesting happens. But, yeah, we'll just try and control this. Hopefully form that breakaway, because the peloton really aren't too far away. So we might have had a bit of a stunted run at this first breakaway. Yeah, the peloton hasn't given up. We might just struggle here. That's why Vierzon went early. And we might, maybe perhaps have no part to play in this breakaway after all. A little bit of a strange one so far today. There's just no breakaway. There's been a few potential chances, but nothing that's been too big. We're going to try and follow this one last attempt, but again, it's just a little bit of a risk, given that, you know, we could use too much of our energy, really, in this stage, and Gegenhardt might be useful for the next one, but all the same, we'll try and get away for the last time. You can just see the peloton is setting a good pace, though, today, not letting us get away. We'll try and persist with this, but I can't see it lasting too long. So we are coming up to the first highlight of the day, and that is the intermediate sprint. Bernal's got himself well placed here, actually, so we are going to take the wheel of our teammate for this, obviously controlling Adam Yates. I have asked Kwiatkowski also to follow attacks, because Kwiatkowski is decently placed, but our main man for the green jersey, at least at the moment, is Adam Yates. Both of those guys in with a shout, and it seems Bernal might be in with a shout as well for a few points today. The main aim, really, is to go and beat Van der Poel, really. That's the main aim. I'm just try and take the wheel of somebody. Obviously, those guys at the front have taken the first 3 points. Just typical again. The one breakaway we're not a part of is the one that succeeds. It's just always the way it happens, unfortunately. Van der Poel's on the inside. We're going to try and take the wheel of Van der Poel. Oh, no, we've just about done it there. No, that's the guy behind. But no, he seems like a good one to take the wheel of. But nevertheless, we're just going to get behind, getting the slipstream of somebody. And I think we can probably start to get out of that now. Starting to increase the pace. It's all getting a little bit tight here. You can see why there's so many crashes in real life with these sprints. I'm just trying to go for it here. Oh, no! No, no, no. We've hit the wall. Oh. Just went for it too much there. Where's Kwiatkowski? He's way off. So this is a big chance missed. Really is a big chance missed. That's unfortunate. Don't think we're going to get anything here. We can go for it and try and get ourselves a point or two potentially, which we are going to get. Well, it's 3 points. It's better than nothing, but unfortunately we could have potentially done a little bit more, but didn't quite work out for us in the end. That's unfortunate, but nevertheless, it's a couple of points more towards the green jersey. We might get to a point where, you know, we ultimately just focus on the mountains and general classification. That's just the way it is, you know. You can't do everything, and you can't win them all. Well, this first climb has probably lost a little bit of its interest, given that the breakaway have got such a lead. There's 3 guys in there, and of course for a third-class climb, only the top 2 score points. So potentially this isn't going to be as an eventful stage as I thought it would be. Again, I think it's all going to be decided on that final climb, which you know, is fairly close to the end, so you would guess that the peloton is going to be fairly close to that breakaway. So ultimately, we just try and not exert too much of our energy, given that we're not going for anything, any points. Don't think anybody's going to pull away out of these climbs, so no worries there. But yeah, we'll see if we can catch up before the penultimate climb. I doubt we will, but by the final climb, we'll definitely be in there, and that's something for either Kwiatkowski or Bernal to take control of. So the group are all together now for this penultimate climb. You know, we could have potentially started to have a bit of a break with Bernal, but I just think it's exerting too much energy, so we'll let somebody else take these 2 points. It's going to be far more important points as we come to the end of the tour. But who's going to take them? It's going to be Demarchi and Hershey, so no concern there. I don't think any of those guys are going to be any problem for the general classification. Just looking, we're going to have a bit of a drop after this, so I think everybody should be okay in terms of their feeds. But at the same time, just want to keep sure that Kwiatkowski's okay and Yates, so we'll just keep an eye on those guys. Yeah, just starting to creep up now. So there is a front group of 33 riders. Let's just take control of Gegenhardt, make sure he's all okay. Things are starting to come back a little bit now, but you can see that that climb was fairly large in terms of a momentum swinger. We don't want Gegenhardt to fall out of this group particularly. It's a nice thing that we've got 5 of our riders in this group, and obviously the bottom guys in, unfortunately, the group's below. So we've got Ganna, Castroviljeso and Dennis in those groups, so we'll just stick to the wheels in front there. Probably wait for the following group with Castroviljeso. Just persist without limit though for those guys. Obviously they're going to be out of it now, but I don't think they'll need a feed, you know, at this point. Just protect our leaders. Geraint can be the big one to protect, and obviously Gegenhardt can play a part in that as well. So it's just important that we don't lose this main group. So it is time for the final climb of the day. Doesn't start too steep, it just gets really steep towards the end, so energy management shouldn't be a problem, I wouldn't have thought, until we get to the end of this, but we just want to make sure we're not caught napping. You know, it's not all necessarily about gaining time here, but equally it's about not losing time, but unfortunately we're not well placed here with Bernal. The group have all come back together, which isn't a surprise. It wasn't a big pace that was being set, but equally we just need to make sure that we're not caught by some of the top guns that they might get away, because we're already a little bit behind with Bernal. Not too much of a concern given that we can gain that time back, but we just need to make sure we don't lose any time for any silly reasons really like this. So just gaining and gaining, fairly well placed. Probably if somebody at the front goes for it, then we haven't really got a chance. Dennis is going to lose out, so that's unfortunate for him. We'll take another quick look at the stakes in about half a kilometre's time. But it does level out after this little peak, so I think Gegenhardt is about to blow up, so it might just be worth him having his red gel. Same for Adam Yates and probably Dennis at this point. But we're not too worried about Gegenhardt and Dennis. You know, Grant Thomas has given us a good go. Oh, we don't want to follow Sagan, we want to follow Thomas. But I think, honestly, the best we can do is go for this ourselves. Looks like Dennis and Gegenhardt have improved. You can see quite a few guys are struggling to make the most of this, so just coming down this little descent now would be a good idea just to regain a little bit of energy and then go for a real push with Egan Bernal. See if we can take this climb with him. Just 1.5 kilometres left. I don't think we're going to have enough space, to be honest, to make a real push through. We'll get everybody to consume their feed at this point. I think it might be an idea for Kwiatkowski to attack. Grant Thomas looks pretty good, so does Adam Yates. Maybe not Gegenhardt. Just get those persist without limit, but see if we can get a 4-pronged attack going. To see if we can really increase the pace and perhaps surprise a couple. Pogačar is going with a couple. That's not good news. Adam Yates is going, so that's good to see there's somebody in there, but no offence towards Adam, but he's not really our main man. Might have just missed the boat a little bit here. Just keep pushing with Bernal. Stay in there. Don't necessarily have to get the time advantage. Sure, it would be nice, but at the same time, you know, Adam Yates is in there. So let's see if Adam Yates can take this. He's going to struggle, though, with the amount of energy he's got left. He's going to struggle to make this. Grant Thomas has got a little bit of feed left, so we'll just make sure of that. This has been our first challenge. You can see the guys ahead. Can we put a final push in with Bernal as we get to the top? Give him a little bit more feed. Go on, push, push, push. Can we get to the top? In the lead. No, I don't think we will. Oh, it's Roglic that's going to take it, I think. But go on. Yes, it's second. Second and third, I'll take that. I'll take that every day of the week. Brilliant stuff. Adam Yates still in there. Get Kwiatkowski to take his gel. And that goes for Grant Thomas as well. Get everybody behind to take their gel. Very happy with Yates. Yates done a fantastic job there. Really has. To stay in the top group. Roglic has took a little bit of an advantage. But you know what? Good stuff. But Roglic is with us. We've got Pogačar, Roglic, Woods. Might be an idea for Yates to potentially protect Bernal. We'll see if Yates does come to the forefront. We don't want Bernal to use too much energy. So if Yates can come to the front, that would be marvellous. Just for Bernal sticking behind him. Thank you very much, Adam. You can do us a nice job there. Don't want to be too pacey. Just coming down this little descent. And having two at the front is really going to help us here. Only 20 in this group now. Are any of our others in the group? Kwiatkowski's here, so that's good news. Not too surprised that Gegenhardt and Thomas have fell back a little bit. We'll just use our aerodynamic position just as this little descent goes. Just to try and get as much energy back as we possibly can. With Bernal. Try our best not to go into the wall, that would help. But there's I think there's a sprint, but equally it's a little bit of a climb at the end. But as expected, it's not going to be the full peloton that are here. So Yates, if you can, come to the forefront to protect Bernal again. Don't know where he is, but with all these bends, I don't particularly want to look too far behind. There he is, on command. Adam Yates using that aerodynamic position. And we'll just tuck in behind Yates. You can see Pogačar's here, Roglič's here, all the favourites are here. So, you know, it's obviously something that's sought after. You can tell when the favourites are all here. Yates hasn't got any feed left, so Yates might struggle a little bit potentially at the end. But we have got a full blue feed left for Bernal, so that's quite important. Kwiatkowski's in fairly good nick here, so he might be our second one. Woods is going for it. I'm not too bothered about Woods. I think he's just going to try and upset the pace. Roglič's going for it, though, which means that we will go for it. If Roglič's going for it, I'm not going to be fooled by somebody like Woods going for it, but if Roglič's going to go for it, you better believe we're going to follow him. Don't want to lose any time to him. Just cut down on the pace now. Yeah, Woods can go. I'm not too fussed about Woods, as long as Roglič doesn't go. You know, you could say we could take the initiative and go ourselves, but it's important we don't do too much. We would like Adam Yates to be the man at the front to follow. Bardet's turning the screw. Just don't want to be caught napping by anybody who's going to be in it. But we should be okay for the moment. Yates and Kwiatkowski both in this group, so that's really good stuff, really good stuff. Right, it's all downhill to the finishing line, so I think we're going to bomb ourselves, you know, actually. Going to go for it a little bit. If it's all downhill, then we haven't got to use too much energy. It makes a little bit of sense here just to consume a little bit. And obviously we have got our full blue feed left with Bernal, so I don't think there's too much pressure involved there. But equally, we just need to manage our pace. Make sure we don't go too quick to lose out. But Bernal catching up to this front group. Yates and Kwiatkowski both in good condition, so hopefully they will set a high tempo. That's what we want to aim to do. And probably the group just coming back to us now with 5Ks to go. Trying to manage this as well as we can. See if we can get somewhat of an advantage with Bernal. Yates is with us as well, so that's good news. Just protect our leaders. Get Yates to protect Bernal once again.
The final kilometre is on a rising false flat.
A rising false flat. So is it flat? Is it rising? We'll never know. We'll never know. Just follow Yates. And there is going to be somewhat of a change today. Only 17 guys in this main group. And I think it might be time to take that feed with Bernal. Obviously, we could go for this with Yates. But, you know what, we'll see whether Bernal can do it today. Bernal is our best placed man, really. But, all that being said, Yates might drop back a little bit. But we'll get what's it to follow attacks. Get Yates to persist without limits. See how far he can go here. That's my thinking. Don't screw up the corner. Just 1.5 kilometres to go. Let's see if we can win the stage of Bernal and get a potential time gap to some of the other guys. Yates is coming, so we're going to get both Yates and Kwiatkowski to attack. Don't think it's really going to work with Yates here, but nevertheless, we'll try and go for it. Van der Poel is up with us, so let's see who's going to take this. Kwiatkowski's gone for it. We've got 3 guys at the front. As long as one of them does well, I think it's Kwiatkowski who's up the front. I don't think we're quite going to take the stage. That's going to go to Van der Poel, but not a bad finish in the end. Kwiatkowski is going to take a podium in 3rd. Pogačar finishes 4th. And it looks like Bernal is going to get 7th in the end. That's not too bad at all. It could have been a potential chance that you just never know to gain some time. So as long as we're in there, that doesn't matter. So Yates, Kwiatkowski and Bernal all in the top 10 at the end of that. I think Yates got in the top 10 anyway. He was starting to struggle at the end, which is no surprise given that he'd been protecting Bernal throughout. You can see Yates in 4th, just starting to slow down. Probably stops a few on the rail. But I think, ooh, was that Roglič who just about beat Yates? Obviously, it's all in the same second, so it doesn't really matter at all. But there's going to be a few changes in the classifications today because the field for the first time in this tour were strung out. So the winner of the stage is... I don't know who won the stage, actually. We'll have a quick look at that. Yeah, Van der Poel won the stage. Looks like he's going to be a big favourite for the green jersey and has just extended his hold on that jersey. But the general classification, no surprise really. It's going to be Roglič who takes that. He had a good time trialling stage 5 and that might... I can't see it being the burden, but gives us a little bit of catching up to do with, of course... Yeah, Bernal. But, you know, it's going to be fairly close at the top. Kwiatkowski's going to be in there, of course, as well. Points classification, it's going to be Van der Poel. And the best climber classification, Bernal retains that polka dot jersey. And it's Pogačar who has the young rider classification coming out at stage 7. But the next 2 days, you know, that was a fairly momentous day. Some changes, but it's really going to be the next 2 days where it has a big change. But good to see 3 of our guys all up there. I'm very happy with that. Kwiatkowski 3rd, Bernal 6th, and Yates in 7th. So I'll take that most certainly. A podium and 2 top 10 performances. Gegenhardt in and around there, the same as Geraint Thomas. But obviously the bottom 3, no surprise, have dropped quite significantly. So, let's have a quick butchers at the general classification at the end of the day. Kwiatkowski stays in 2nd, and he is absolutely bang on level with Roglic. So, goodness me, that is close. Adam Yates only 30 seconds behind, and Egan Bernal 44 seconds behind Roglic. So, a little bit of work to do. Pogačar in there as well, but crucially, we are there or thereabouts. We've got 3 guys in the top 10. Kwiatkowski, a very good performance so far as well for Yates, and Bernal in there. So, not a bad start for us again. You know, there are a few points up for grabs today, but given as the peloton couldn't take the first 2 climbs due to that breakaway, the best climber classification hasn't really got underway yet. Again, but Bernal still with that polka dot jersey. Can see Van der Poel has gained a real amount in the points classification, but Kwiatkowski 3rd, Yates 5th. If Van der Poel starts to struggle, comes to the end of the tour, there is a chance for our guys to take that. Young riders, Bernal 2nd. And, of course, we are at the top of the team classification. So, good stuff there. A good stage. And on Thursday, we'll move on to this one. The first of the mountain stages. I believe the first class climb. And this is really where Bernal will hopefully succeed. You can see 2 first class climbs. The hardest stage yet. So that is going to be very exciting on Thursday. But that's going to be it for today's episode. Good stuff there. A good day. Not perfect, but good. You know, you can't win them all and you can't win everything. But that was good. These next 2 stages, though, are going to be very important in terms of the yellow jersey. But if you enjoyed that, folks, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment your thoughts as well. And subscribe for more Tour de France. As I said, the next stage will come on Thursday, followed by stage number 9 on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we'll have stage number 10. Not too much going on the flat stage. And then the big stage number 11. But thank you for your company today. I've been TIJ Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.